Hey there, I'm Kieran Galaxia, and welcome to The Gamer. Psychonauts 2 is here! The sequel to the classic brain-hopping adventure from Double Fine has arrived, and we're flung back into the funky aviation helmet of Raz, as he finally makes his way towards the Mother Lobe, the Psychonaut HQ. If this sounds exciting to you, that's because, well, it is. But there may also be that thought in the back of your mind that's like, hold on, this is Psychonauts 2. Do I need to have played Psychonauts 1 to enjoy this? It's an understandable fear. I mean, after all, this game takes place the day after Psychonauts 1 and the Rhombus of Ruin, and the first game came out close to 2 decades ago. If you hear the faint sound of rustling wind, don't worry, that's just my skin turning to ash and my bones crumbling to dust, as I remember queuing up to pick up the first game all those years ago. So let's get away from that existential fear and let's answer the pressing question. Do you need to play Psychonauts 1 to understand Psychonauts 2? We may enter spoiler territory for the first game here, but otherwise, let's jump through that brain door and have a look, shall we? So if you're considering picking up Psychonauts before you play, then it's pretty easy to get your hands on. It's on Xbox Game Pass if you're a subscriber, otherwise it's relatively cheap these days on Steam. It's also pretty short, clocking in around 8 to 12 hours, so if that sounds like something you fancy hopping onto, then it's definitely worthwhile. But if you're pressed for time, or you just want to hop right on in at the sequel, then fear not. Psychonauts 2 starts with an animated recap of both the previous game and Rhombus of Ruin. It's a pretty nice short recap, clocking in around 4 minutes long, and introduces you to the themes, story, and characters of both the main game and Rhombus of Ruin. It's not a massive, in-depth, fine-tooth comb approach, but it's a perfect primer for the basic plot to get you up to speed. With all this in mind though, if you're a completely fresh new player, you might be thinking to yourself, well, is this going to be welcoming to a newcomer like me? And, well, yeah. We're going to be entering Psychonauts 1 spoiler territory here, so keep wary if you're intent on playing the first game completely blind before going into the second. So, in the first game, Raz is essentially forced to grow up and become the hero over a long weekend, stopping a rogue teacher from collecting everyone's brains, and in doing so, becoming more confident in his abilities as a Psychonaut. Now this sounds all well and fancy, but you might be thinking it's all well and good that Raz feels good, but I'm new here. Well, have no fear. Psychonauts 2 starts off with a fantastic tutorial that doesn't treat you like an idiot and properly gets you into the themes of the game. After not playing Psychonauts for an amount of time that I don't want to bring up again because I will just feel ancient, this was a most welcome addition. If you want me to explain this as an analogue, a good way to describe it is it's almost like Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. It's a sequel like that game, but also like Rift Apart, it's a perfect jumping on point for new players. The plot of the first game will be referenced quite a bit, but you don't need an encyclopedic knowledge or a psychically fluent brain to enjoy this adventure. So, hopefully we've helped alleviate any fears you might have about jumping into Psychonauts 2. And if you want to see some Psychonauts 2 guides from us, then please do let us know in the comments down below. Thanks again for swinging on by. If you enjoyed this, then liking the video would be lovely. And hey, why not subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell if you fancy it. If you want to read more guides like this alongside other features, news, and reviews, then check out thegamer.com. And hey, have yourself a good day.